Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news update show. And I wouldn't normally go live at this time, but guys, there is just so much news coming out. There is just so much crazy news coming out. And I'm not even talking about Frenkie de Jong. I'm not even talking about what I'm showing you on the screen. Lisandro Martinez is just coming now from Alex Crook. The deal has been agreed. The deal is done. Lisandro Martinez deal is set to be complete today. Manchester United want to get Lisandro Martinez doing his medical within the next day so they can fly him out on pre-season tour. But Manchester United have already reached a full agreement with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong after further talks. And I've told you this before and I will tell you this again. Look, there are new stories coming out about de Jong wanting to stay at Barcelona. But Manchester United would not spend all this time on Frenkie de Jong. We would not get into a verbal agreement with Barcelona. We wouldn't come to a fee agreement with Barcelona if Frenkie de Jong didn't want to come. Before Man United ever agree a price, they make sure the player wants to come. And Manchester United know, and this has been confirmed by multiple good journalists, that de Jong is only saying his intention is to stay at Barcelona because they owe him 17 million in wages. De Jong has told Ten Hag on the phone calls he wants to come. De Jong has said he will come to Manchester United, but publicly he's saying he wants to stay at Barcelona because he's trying to get the money he's owed. He's owed £70 million. Can you blame him? But United have now agreed a fee with Barcelona. Once de Jong's wage situation has been sorted out, it will be a done deal. And the €85 million deal includes 17 million in add-ons. So maybe those 17 million in add-ons are going towards de Jong's wages, so it could be a done deal. But Manchester United want to get de Jong done by tomorrow. That is their plan. They're obviously going to offer de Jong personal terms and all of that, but we've got to wait and see what Barcelona do with that. But Barcelona do not want de Jong. Barcelona have told de Jong he's for sale. Barcelona have told de Jong he's not wanted. Barcelona left de Jong out of their pre-season games. Barcelona said, de Jong, you won't play if you stay. Like, de Jong might want to stay at Barcelona, but they're desperate to get rid of him. If you're Frenkie de Jong and they say, take a wage cut, and then you see them buying Rafinha and Bernardo Silva, you're like, what? If you're Frenkie de Jong and your manager said to you, I'm not going to play you, we want you sold. You know, Frenkie de Jong is Man United begging for him, and Barcelona are desperate for de Jong to go. We know behind the scenes, Barcelona need that money for de Jong, and they're telling de Jong to go. They're saying, go, leave, you're not going to play you, you're not going to play you, leave. De Jong and his agent are pissed off at Barcelona because of how badly he's been treated, and he's only saying he wants to stay because he wants his fucking money. De Jong has told Man United, I want to come. He has. That's what's been said. He's just playing this. My intention is to stay at Barcelona to get his money game. And Barcelona are playing it out because they know how desperate we are for de Jong to see if we're desperate enough to pay fucking de Jong's wages that they owe him. That's what Barcelona are doing. But the de Jong deal is agreed. Romano said it's agreed. The fee is agreed. All we need to do is agree personal terms with de Jong. And this is a difficult one. It's not that de Jong doesn't want to come. De Jong does want to come. He's given Ten Hag indications he will be happy to join United. Is that de Jong doesn't want to sign any personal terms or any contracts until he gets the money that he's owed. And that is the situation with Frenkie de Jong. Saying, thank you very much for the super chat. You must be celebrating the Bangkok Cup. De Jong is double the money of Tielemans, who we are getting just as good. Look, saying the Bangkok Cup, what can I say? Better than the Europa League, better than Champions League. I'm joking. But you know what? Saying Tielemans, I think, is value for money. Tielemans to Arsenal is a brilliant deal, value for money. But Tielemans is not better than Frenkie de Jong, saying, big up for the super chat, but Frenkie de Jong will be leveled head of Tielemans next season. And if he's not saying, I will shout you out this time next year if Tielemans is amazing and de Jong is crap. So Manchester United and Barcelona have reached a full agreement for Frenkie de Jong after further talks of a package worth €85 million. The fee is agreed around €75 million plus add-ons. Personal terms still an issue as Frenkie's priority is to stay at Barcelona, says Fabrizio Romano. But Frenkie's priority isn't really to stay at Barcelona. It's actually to get his sort of wages sorted out. And I saw a really good tweet that I retweeted today saying it's baffling that some Man United fans are still thinking Frenkie de Jong doesn't want to come when the player's obviously trying to get his owed wages. Yeah, Richard Arnold went and agreed a fee with Barcelona just for de Jong to reject the move. Lol. And it's true. Man United are idiots in the transfer market. Man United are stupid. But why would Murta and Arnold fly out to Barcelona, spend 2 months on a deal for the player just to be like, no? Like, there has to... you've got to remember this, and I say this all the time. I've been saying this for 8 weeks, 9 weeks. I think we're in the 10th week of this deal. Honestly, I think we are in the 10th week of this deal. I've been saying this for like 9 whole weeks, and I've been saying this especially for the last 5-6 weeks. Frenkie de Jong has regular contact with Erik ten Hag. Frenkie de Jong and Ten Hag speak regularly. They have regular phone calls. Ten Hag obviously tells the board what de Jong has said. And if de Jong had said in those phone calls, I won't leave Barcelona, United would be looking for someone else. Tielemans, Neves, I don't know who we'd be looking for, but we'd be looking for someone else. Frenkie de Jong has said to Ten Hag he wants to come to United. The journalists don't know what's going on in that phone call, but Frenkie de Jong has said something for Ten Hag for United to spend 2 months on this deal, fly out to Barcelona and get a fee agreed. United wouldn't do all of that just for him to reject the move. If he didn't want to come, United would have given up on him a month ago. Now, we all know United are stupid in the transfer market, but we're not that stupid. We generally would have given up a month ago as well. Barcelona are a political club. They're full of crap. Frenkie de Jong is class, but he's one of the best midfielders in the Premiership. Facts are sleeping bag. Absolute facts. Honestly, I'm doing good. Thank you very much as well. Are you happy with Man United's transfer business? Says Steve. No, but yes. I will be if we can get de Jong and Martinez over the line this week. I think Martinez will be over the line this week. I cannot tell you when de Jong will be over the line this week. But in general, I'm very happy with who we've signed, but I'm not happy with our business. I'm happy with Eriksen. I'm happy with Malacia. Martinez is basically done. Like, guys, I am telling you this now. I will eat a hat on a live stream if we don't sign Martinez. Martinez to Manchester United is a done deal. I'm telling you that now. Lisandro Martinez is done. Okay? Frenkie de Jong is happening. Okay? Call me deluded. But I will sit here, and I have sat here for multiple weeks, and I will tell you Lisandro Martinez and Frenkie de Jong will be playing in a Manchester United shirt next season. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed we've agreed a fee with Frenkie de Jong. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed we've agreed personal terms with Lisandro Martinez, and Alex Crook and Mike Verwey have come out and said that AJAX have accepted our bid. So Lisandro Martinez, as we speak, is literally a done deal. I'm just waiting for that. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano, because that is literally a done deal. Lisandro Martinez to United. Bish, bash, bosh. We got Lisandro Martinez. Arsenal, he rejected you. But Frenkie de Jong is happening. Like, it is, he wants to come, but he's owed 70 million in wages. I don't know how many times I have to say this. He is playing as I want to stay because he wants his money. Why would Frenkie de Jong stay at Barcelona when they've told him they're not going to play him, when they've told him they don't want him, he's not for sale, when they've also told him he has to take a wage cut, but yet they're spending money on Rafinha. They're spending money on Lewandowski. They want Bernardo Silva in. Why would de Jong stay at Barcelona when he's been told he's not wanted, he won't play? Like, why would he stay at a team where he's not going to play, where he's not wanted, where they'll make him take a further wage cut after owing him 70 million euros, but spend 65 million on fucking Rafinha? You know, if you owe 70 million pounds, but they can spend 65 million on Rafinha, exactly. Why would de Jong stay at that club unless he's got mug written on his forehead? He doesn't want to stay at Barcelona. Barcelona have literally got an awful relationship with de Jong's agent because they are pissed at how de Jong is being mugged off by this club. They are annoyed at how Barcelona are treating de Jong. It's an act from de Jong. It's an act from de Jong's agent. De Jong has told United privately he wants to come. And that's why United have gone to Barcelona and they've agreed a fee, and Romano's confirmed that today. De Jong has privately told Man United he wants to come, but he is angry. He wants his wages. He hates how Barcelona have treated him, and that's why he's pulling this trick, because he wants to make sure he gets the money that he is owed. 17 million euros, okay? And that is what's holding up the deal. And de Jong wants out of Barcelona. I tell you this now. De Jong will, like the public, you think he wants to stay at Barcelona. De Jong wants out of Barcelona because he's been treated like crap. He's been told he's not wanted. He's been told he's for sale. He's owed 17 million in wages, but they won't pay him his wages, but they'll send 65 million Rafinha. They will leave him out of games. Why would de Jong stay at a club where he's not wanted, where he's told he's not going to be played, where they're desperate to sell him, and they'd make him take another wage cut on top, even though they have the money to spend on new transfers? Like, that is what I'm saying about de Jong to Manchester United, and that is why I'm so confident that it will happen. And United, if de Jong had told United he didn't want to come, we would have given up. Like, I know we're idiots and stuff, but if de Jong seriously didn't want to come to Manchester United, we would have given up. We wouldn't have gone all the way to Barcelona to agree a fee with Barcelona if Frenkie de Jong didn't want to come. Alice, it's a Glazers PR stunt. No, we need Frenkie de Jong. I don't think it's to do with the Glazers, if you want my honest opinion as well. We need better transfer negotiations than Merthyr, says Gaz. You're absolutely spot on. Arnold got it done. Arnold's basically got this deal done, and he actually did reject Arsenal. I see Arsenal fans going, I see so many Arsenal fans going, yeah, Lisandro Martinez didn't reject us. It's just that Man United are willing to pay more than us. And it's like, no, Lisandro Martinez wanted Man United and not Arsenal. Guys, big news coming in from Fabrizio Romano saying Thomas Tuchel has decided against signing Cristiano Ronaldo and had talks with Todd Boehly. The final decision's always been up to the manager. Chelsea have said no to signing Cristiano Ronaldo. You don't want him at Chelsea. So Chelsea say no to signing Cristiano Ronaldo as well. So big news coming out. Ronaldo not staying. Ronaldo's not going to Chelsea. Okay. Frenkie de Jong, fee agreed. The deal is going to happen. I don't know when, but the deal will happen. Trust me, Frenkie. Honestly, clip this, embarrass me, mug me off if this doesn't happen. But I am 95% sure Frenkie de Jong will be wearing a Man United shirt. And Lisandro Martinez is a done deal. So, I mean, look, massive news is coming out today. So much is coming out today as well. It came out from TalkSport that AJAX have accepted Manchester United's £46 million offer for Lisandro Martinez. And I honestly keep your Fabrizio Romano or your David Ornstein notifications on. We are, and I'm telling you this now, we are getting a here we go for Lisandro Martinez today. I will be shocked. Look, Man United, actually, to be fair, Man United can never shock me with transfers because they're crap at everything. Knowing United, they could drag this out for another week because we're crap at everything. But Manchester United fans, everyone watching, expect a here we go for Lisandro Martinez. So expect that here we go because he's agreed personal terms. The fee is agreed. Lisandro Martinez is getting done today, and I am confident of that. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We've got over 450 people watching, guys. Please do hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, please do subscribe. Lisandro Martinez is set to be a done deal today. And reports coming in that Manchester United want to get Frenkie de Jong as a done deal tomorrow. So if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, updates, transfer news and more, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on anything. I will be live tomorrow for our pre-season game versus Melbourne, so I will be doing watch-alongs to every pre-season games. I will be doing match reactions to every pre-season games, but I will be live breaking all the transfer news to you. There's going to be a live stream tonight. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest United transfer news, make sure you subscribe. As soon as there's an in, as soon as there's an out, I'll be live to update you guys. And Lisandro Martinez coming in just now. So Man United is a done deal. Ajax have accepted our £46 million offer for Lisandro Martinez. Martinez has turned down Arsenal and agreed personal terms with United. So everybody smash a like button if Arsenal is still the banter club. Arsenal, despite having their best ever season in years, which was them finishing 5th, lol, and apart from Arsenal being miles better than us last season, and Man United being the banter club, Lisandro Martinez has picked Manchester United over Arsenal. And it's not because we're willing to pay more than Arsenal. It's because he wants to work with Ten Hag, and it's because he prefers Manchester United. Because at the end of the day, Arsenal, you finished above us. You finished 5th, we finished 6th. Yeah, that is it. That is it. Okay? You're not, at the end of the day, people will still, you're not in the Champions League. So the chances of players choosing Arsenal over United are very slim. So Rafinha's rejected Arsenal. Martinez has rejected Arsenal. Yet we're meant to believe that Man United are the side in the transfer window everyone's rejecting when Frenkie de Jong actually hasn't even rejected us. Frenkie de Jong is playing a game with his agent to get his wages, and Frenkie de Jong does actually want to come to United. And Frenkie de Jong has indicated to Erik ten Hag in phone calls he wants to come to United. Frenkie de Jong has indicated to Murta and Arnold he would be willing to join United. Frenkie de Jong and his agent are playing a game with Barcelona to get the money he wants. So United are looking in a very, very good position. Eriksen's medicals this week. Man United's plan is to put Martinez and Eriksen in the same medical on the same plane for pre-season tour. So Malacia is out on pre-season tour. Bish bash bosh, that's done. Eriksen and Martinez will probably have their medical this weekend, and United plan to fly them out to Melbourne for pre-season tour. And De Jong, look, it might take some time, but trust me, be confident on De Jong. It might take some time because of the Barcelona situation, and the De Jong deal could go on for another week or two, but I will say this, I am 95% sure De Jong will end up at Man United, and De Jong does want to come to United. United aren't stupid enough to spend all this money on him. I'm happy that we're signing De Jong, but we should be like a top club like Bayern. C spent 130 million for De Jong and Martinez. Bayern getting Lehmann, Mane. Yeah, Bayern. I mean, Bayern's business has been better than us. Look, at the end of the day, we've been mugged off a bit this transfer window. We should be paying 46 million pounds for Lisandro Martinez. If we'd have got Lisandro Martinez in June, he would have cost us 30 million pounds. Because we wasted all this time on De Jong, and because we faffed about for the first month and a half of the transfer window and did nothing, we've had to spend 15 million more on Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez would have only been 30 million pounds if we'd have got him in June. And United are paying the price for faffing about. You know, those Ajax players, Timber and Martinez and Anthony, were all for sale. Timber and Martinez were for sale for 30 million pounds right at the beginning of the transfer window. Okay, Anthony was 50 million pounds right at the beginning of the transfer window, and Bayern Munich came in and they brought some players like Gravenberch and all of that. And then Ajax were like, okay, we've lost enough players, we don't need the money anymore, so we want to keep Martinez, Timber, and Anthony, so we're going to do what we want. So then Ajax go, look, 80 million euros on Anthony, 60 million euros on Timber, and we'll put 50 million euros on Martinez. And United have been mugged off for wasting a lot of time. And I think, you know what? Look, Malacia, 15 million, a good deal. Ericsson on a free, good deal. Martinez, 46 million pounds. We've massively overpaid, but he's a good centre back. He's a left-footed centre back. He knows how to play 10 way. He can also play DM. He can also play left back. He's got that versatility. I'm very happy with the Martinez deal, and he's a very good player. You know, no one, even though we spent 46 million on Martinez, no one's complaining about it because everyone rates Martinez. Ajax do, Ten Hag do, United fans do, Arsenal fans do. I mean, thank you, Arsenal fans, for making all those comps on Lisandro Martinez and how good he is, because obviously you thought he was coming. Lol. But yeah, like everyone knows how good Martinez is, and everyone knows how good Frenkie de Jong is. And yeah, I think we've overpaid. Yeah, I think we've took time on those players. But Martinez, de Jong, Ericsson, and Malacia isn't a bad transfer window. Reportedly, once we get de Jong done, we will be spending August trying to get a right back. And Anthony, I don't think Manchester United will get Anthony. I really don't. I think you know, considering how hard it was to get Martinez, you know, unless you want to break the bank for Anthony, I don't think we will. I think with Sancho looking good on the right in pre-season, I know it's only been one game with Ahmad and Palestri. Do you really need to spend 70 odd million on Anthony when he's not worth that? Could we wait a year? I think, like, right now, Malacia is done. Ericsson's going to be done in the coming days. There's just got to be a medical or some stuff to get sorted. Martinez, I tell you, Martinez, here we go, is today. Announcement in the coming days. Martinez is done, guys. It is done. I'll tell you that now. And De Jong, I think, will be done. But I can't tell you when De Jong will be done because it's in Barcelona's hands, not ours. But Barcelona are desperate to get rid of De Jong, and I believe that deal will be done. And then after we get De Jong and Martinez wrapped up, our plan is apparently to move for a right back with Denzel Dumfries on the cards. Also looking at Anthony, but also we will be looking at maybe a DM. Hopefully we'll be looking at a DM. But I don't know if we'll be looking at a DM. If I'm being 100% honest as well. Frenkie de Jong told Ten Hag on the phone he wants to join us. There's proof of this. I mean, there's not proof of this, but there's journalists saying that. There's been journalists coming out saying, and good journalists coming out saying, Frenkie de Jong's phone calls with Ten Hag have been positive. He's given green light indications that he'd be open to joining Manchester United. And look, you know, you just got to use common sense with this. If Frenkie de Jong didn't want to come to United, he would have told Ten Hag on the phone, and United would have given up on this deal 2 months ago. You know, why would United go all the way to Barcelona, spend weeks negotiating with Barcelona, fly out there, agree a whole 85 million euro fee for Frenkie de Jong for him to say no? Like, why would we do that? It's very obvious that, you know, Frenkie de Jong has told Eric Ten Hag on the phone he'd be open to joining. Otherwise, we wouldn't be wasting all our time on Frenkie de Jong and all of that. And that's really what I've got to say for that. Guys, please do hit that like button. Let's go for 300 likes. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, make sure you're subscribed. Simon Stone says that Lisandro Martinez to Man United, it could be done as early as today. And that is Simon Stone. Now, Simon Stone gets fed information from Manchester United. Simon Stone is literally, you know, United tell Simon Stone literally stuff to, and you know, the fact that Simon Stone is saying Lisandro Martinez to Man United could be is done as early as today gives me very much confidence that that will be done. As you can see, Ajax have accepted the 46 million offer for Lisandro Martinez here as well. TalkSport, and honestly, Alex Crook of TalkSport, talk shit. I'll tell you this about TalkSport. TalkSport are full of crap. Their footballing opinions are useless. There's a lot of crap on TalkSport. But Alex Crook and the journalists they get on TalkSport are good journalists. And the fact that TalkSport are saying the food's been accepted, the fact that Alex Crook is saying it, he is a good journalist as well. Afternoon, Alice, I think Jong will come to United. Also, how do I become a member? There should be a button to join the members club near the super chat button in the live chat. But I'm not actually 100% sure as well. But he can see CR7 and stay and Maguire go perfect. Maguire ain't going nowhere. I mean, Maguire captain. Guys, give me your thoughts on Maguire captain as well. Arteta has no fault. Guys, please, can we just hit that like button to banter Arsenal? Arsenal fans are going, no, Martinez didn't reject us. Martinez is only going to Man United because they outbidded us, blah, 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 blah. Martinez, before we outbidded Arsenal, Martinez said he'd be happy to join Man United and Arsenal, but his preference would be Man United. Martinez told Arsenal, no, I want Man United. So Arsenal, you are still banter FC. Rafinha don't want you. Martinez don't want you. And you can say De Jong don't want us, but trust me, De Jong, it's going to happen. If De Jong doesn't happen, someone can ruin me. Someone could go through all my live streams with me saying I'm 95% sure De Jong will happen. I believe De Jong's going to happen. I'll eat my hat if De Jong doesn't happen. And I would look like an absolute twat if we didn't get De Jong. But I am literally, from what I've been told, from what we know, I am so confident that we will get De Jong. And obviously, Martinez, we basically already got. And this is why I'm live at this time, because just crazy news coming in. Like, honestly, banter FC Arsenal. Smash the like button if Arsenal are a banter club. Thank you very much, Red Devil Studio. Will we sign other players after De Jong and Martinez? I believe United will go for a right back and an attacker. So, Malacia is number 1, Eriksen's number 2, Martinez is number 3, De Jong is number 4. I think our 5th signing will be a shitty goalie because we need a 3rd goalie. And then after we sign the shitty goalie, I think we'll make a move for Anthony, but I don't think we'll get Anthony. I think United will make a move for Anthony, but I don't think we'll get him because of his price tag as well. So I don't think we'll get Anthony, but I think we'll make a move for him, and I think we'll be like, no. I think we'll go for a right back. I don't know who we'll get. I think we will go for Dumfries. I don't know if we'll get him. And I think we will look at another attacker. I think the transfer window is going to be 6 new players coming in, and that could be quite optimistic. You think it's 6 new players? Fucking what is she on about? But 2 of those 6 new players is Eriksen on a 3 and a shitty goalie. So technically it's 4 new players. So Malacia will get this done. Eriksen's going to happen. Martinez is going to happen. I believe we'll get De Jong. I believe we're going to get a shitty goalie. And I think we won't get Anthony, but I think the money we save from not buying Anthony, I could very much see that going on a right back. Samuel Lutka said that we would like a right back next. I think, if Ronaldo stays, I don't know if we'll sign another attacker. I think United will very much look at it like, okay, Martial's looked good in pre-season, Sanchez looked good in pre-season, we've got Rashford, we've got Ronaldo, we've got Amma, we've got Palestri, we've got Garnacho. I don't know if we will sign another attacker if Ronaldo stays as well, because United can also say, oh, but Bruno can play out wide and Eriksen can play out wide if need be. I don't know. I mean, I always thought United could keep an eye on Ziyech, but I think he's Inter or AC Milan bound, isn't he? But I do think we'll go for a right back. We've been told United, once they wrap up De Jong and Martinez, we'll look at a right back and Anthony. But again, I'm pretty confident we won't get Anthony. If I'm being honest with you, I cannot see Manchester United getting Anthony. Martinez, here we go, most likely Saturday. I think the Martinez, here we go, could be today, and I think the announcement could be Saturday as well. Alice, you're wrong. We want a Timber for Martinez. Ten Hag's first choice was Jurriën Timber because he's younger and he can play at right back. Ten Hag did really want Jurriën Timber, but United messed that up, and we took too long on Jurriën Timber, and obviously Jurriën Timber. Do you know what's annoying? It was Jurriën Timber had a verbal agreement with Man United. A lot of people don't realise this, but Jurriën Timber had actually had a verbal agreement with Man United. Jurriën Timber had told Man United he wants to come. This back at beginning of June, Jurriën Timber told United he wants to come, and United had a verbal agreement with Jurriën Timber, and it was so close to happening. And Jurriën Timber probably would have been our first signing had Louis van Gaal not spoken to him and told him to stay at Ajax for another season. And then obviously we had to go in for Lisandro Martinez. And the frustrating situation with that is, at the time, when Jurriën Timber agreed to join United verbally, Ajax hadn't sold anyone, so we would have got Jurriën Timber for £30 million. But now if we want Jurriën Timber, we'd have to pay 60 million, and he wants to stay. But also Lisandro Martinez would have been £30 million at the time, but now he's 46 million. That's a frustrating situation, because if we'd actually got Timber when we wanted to get Timber, we would have spent 30 million on Timber, got him as the centre back. But you know what? I'm very happy we got Lisandro Martinez anyway. I think Timber is younger. I think Timber will probably become a better player than Lisandro Martinez, and I thought Timber was probably Ajax's best player last season, from what I've been told, and he can play right back. But I'm very happy for Lisandro Martinez, because he's a left-footed centre back, and that's something we desperately need. Ten Hag loves a bit of balance. Ten Hag likes inverted wingers, but Ten Hag loves balance in his defence line. He's a left-footed centre back, but he can also play on the left side of midfield. You know, we watched pre-season, although we beat Liverpool 4-0. 2 days ago, and although I think we looked really, really good when we beat Liverpool 4-0, Scott McTominay. I mean, Sedan Iqbal and Charlie Savage showed up Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay was playing against Liverpool's B team in the first half and was absolutely lost and couldn't take the ball off the defence. Sedan Iqbal and Charlie Savage are playing against the likes of Fabinho and Thiago, and they're absolutely showing off Scott McTominay. And I think the good thing about Lisandro Martinez is if Ten Hag's like, you know what, I do not rate that Scott McTominay, and if Ten Hag's like, that Scott McTominay's poor, we can always play Lisandro Martinez in DM. Now, I think Man United's #1 priority this summer should have been a defensive midfielder. And reportedly, Ten Hag wanted De Jong and a defensive midfielder, but he's realised he can only get one midfielder in. And because De Jong's such a special deal, that it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to get De Jong, he's focusing on De Jong and not a DM. I think the good thing about Martinez is, although Ten Hag wants another midfielder on top of De Jong, and although Ten Hag wants a defensive midfielder, it seems that United won't get one. The good thing about getting Lisandro Martinez is he can play there. So you know what, like you've got Frenkie de Jong and Martinez. You know, if Fred is crap, if McTominay's crap, you've got Lisandro Martinez that can fill in that DM role. So I almost see it as replacing Matic with Martinez, replacing Pogba with De Jong, and replacing Mata with Eriksen, which for me is really, really good business. Now, I don't think Martinez is coming to play DM. I think Martinez is coming to be that left-sided centre-back, really challenge Maguire and all of that. But I think he could definitely fill in at DM if needed. I think, McTominay, I know it's only one pre-season game, but he looked lost, but it is pre-season. I do think Martinez will play centre-back. The thing that surprises me, though, is Harry Maguire is set to stay as Man United captain, but Martinez is coming in to be that left centre-back. I don't see Harry Maguire getting in that Man United squad over Varane. And I also think Lindelof is more suited to Ten Hag's style of play. And I think Bailly's been very impressive in pre-season. So the way I look at it is also, if Martinez is playing centre-back, Harry Maguire could be down the pecking order for centre-back for United. He might not be a regular starter, and he's meant to be captain. Because Martinez will be up near the top, Varane will be up near the top. Bailly, you never know, could be near the top considering how good he was in pre-season. Lindelof, I think Ten Hag is going to really take a liking to Victor Lindelof. I think Victor Lindelof is very much a Ten Hag kind of player, and a player that Ten Hag will like. And Maguire, and actually, when I list all those players, Maguire could be bottom of that list, despite staying United captain. Maguire was crap last season, so it's an interesting one. But guys, today is the day Lisandro Martinez will be done. This is what we've been told from Romano and Mike Verway, is that today is the day that Manchester United get the Lisandro Martinez deal done as well. And why would Man United chase Frenkie de Jong for months if they weren't confident he's willing to join? Exactly. Frenkie de Jong is coming to United because we spent all that time chasing him, because we know he's going to come as well. Sorry if I missed out a few live chats. Good that Malacia ignored that bit at LBG. I mean, Louis van Gaal, honestly, I mean, telling Timber not to come really wound me up, but that's up to Timber. We're 100 likes away from 350 likes, as Gaz says, so please do smash that like buttons. Is Ten Hag going to play 5 at the back? I saw someone say this, because Ten Hag wants to buy Martinez. Could Ten Hag's plan to be to play 5 at the back in the first season with United? And I don't think it is. I think if Ten Hag's plan was to play 5 at the back, we'll see it in pre-season. If we don't see him playing a 5 at the back system in pre-season, it's because I don't think he plans to play it. I think Ten Hag plans to play a 4-2-3-1. That's how he lined up against Liverpool in pre-season for both halves. I think Ten Hag's plan is a 4-2-3-1. That's what Ten Hag knows. I think the fact that Ten Hag wants Frenkie de Jong and Eriksen and Martinez and Malacia, I think it's all for his system, a 4-2-3-1. So I think that Ten Hag wants to play a 4-2-3-1. But I do think Martinez and Varane will probably be ahead of Maguire in the pecking order for centre-back, even though Maguire's captain. So it's going to be really interesting to see if he does have to play 3 at the back to include someone like Harry Maguire as well. Andreas Pereira left. We actually got 10 million for Pereira leaving, which I think is robbery. That's the murder madness we're talking about. Martinez will sit in front of the fullbacks. Yeah, potentially. I think Martinez and Malacia could be quite a good pairing on that left-hand side. And then Varane and hopefully a new right back on the right-hand side. But, yeah. Lee Smith says another season of McFred. We will not have another season of McFred. Clip this. Come back to this if we do. The reason Erik ten Hag is so desperate for Frenkie de Jong is because he's watched McFred. Erik ten Hag watched 3 or 4 Man United games and said his priority is midfield. Laurie Whitwell, who gets inside information from Manchester United and reliable people around Manchester United and is honestly one of the best journalists out there. You know, Laurie Whitwell doesn't lie. Laurie Whitwell works for The Athletic. Athletic is pay-per-view. So Athletic don't need clicks. They don't need views. It's a subscription service. So Laurie Whitwell can get proper information from Manchester United. And obviously, he said that Ten Hag's number one priority is midfield and that Ten Hag wants 2 midfielders, and obviously one being Frenkie de Jong, but he also likes the look of Kante and Edson Alvarez to potentially partner Frenkie de Jong. That came out from someone that got top information from Manchester United. So I think if Manchester United if Ten Hag rated McFred, he wouldn't be going all out for de Jong. And also, you've got to remember, although we might get de Jong in as the only midfielder, Ten Hag did want 2 midfielders. You know, and look, I don't think we'll see McFred. We've got Donny, who's practically a new signing. We've got Frenkie de Jong that I'm confident will come to Manchester United because, you know, he has to leave Barcelona. He's an absolute mug if he doesn't. And I'm 99% sure that Frenkie de Jong will come to United purely because reportedly Frenkie de Jong's told United he's interested in coming because he's fed up with Barcelona, but he's just obviously pretending he doesn't want to leave Barcelona because he doesn't want to pay his wages. But if we have Frenkie de Jong and Donny, that's like a new signing. I think Sedan Iqbal's been very impressive in pre-season. You've got James Garner, who I'd like to see in pre-season. You've got Hannibal Mejbri. And Ten Hag's a manager that likes to give the youth a chance. Ten Hag's a manager that likes versatile players that can take the ball off centre-backs. McTominay doesn't do that. McTominay is older than de Jong and Donny. A lot of people forget that. I generally cannot see, and I'm saying this now, I generally cannot see McFred playing next season. Yes, McFred played in that game versus Liverpool because that's what obviously what Man United are used to. But there's a reason we're all out for de Jong. There's a reason, you know, we've got loads of new midfielders coming in. I think we'll see Fred. I think we'll see McTominay. But I don't think we're going to see McFred and Bruno line up for Manchester United next season. And if we do see McFred and Bruno for Man United next season, I believe it's because they will be good. I think if you get Frenkie de Jong in and you've got Donny in there that can play that role and all these good youth players coming through, potentially like Garner, Sedan Iqbal, Mejbri, I think if we see McFred next season under Erik ten Hag, it's because McFred have been good under Erik ten Hag. I don't think he's going to carry on with McFred. I wouldn't be too worried about it as well. I don't think McTominay really suits Ten Hag's style of play. I think Fred will be involved a lot. I do think we're going to see a lot of Fred next season. But I actually don't think we're going to see much McTominay as well. Malacia looks like a good talent, could be a top goal scorer. I mean, he's a fullback, but he could get a few goals on there as well. Lisandro Martinez was not welcome to the training field at Ajax today in anticipation to the transfer to United. Ajax do not want to take any risks. Martinez worked out on his own program in the gym. Yes, I mean, the fact that it's been confirmed that Martinez wasn't at Ajax training today, I mean, it means the deal's going to be done today. You know, Man United work on deals when the players are at training, but the fact that the player isn't at training basically means the deal is done. You know, the fact that Martinez wasn't at Ajax training and it's because Ajax know that the deal is done and Martinez, bish, bash, bosh, is done. He's coming to United as well. Also, I want to quickly cover this quick Ronaldo story and Antony story. We've got some updates on Antony from Fabrizio Romano and Alex Crook, who are both very good journalists. And regarding Antony and Ronaldo's situation, Romano said that Manchester United's interest in Antony largely depends on what happens with Ronaldo. There's been no official offers yet, but Ajax will be in a strong position with the sale of Lisandro Martinez. I first of all see this go, well, how does Antony have anything to do with Cristiano Ronaldo? One's a right winger, one's a striker. That's United just being idiots with finances. But two, I think, you know, I don't think we'll get Antony. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think we'll get Antony. I think the fact that we're having to pay nearly 50 million for Lisandro Martinez, I think we'll be priced out of Antony unless Antony really pushes for the move and refuses to play and they have to lower their price, which I don't think Antony will do. I really cannot see us getting Antony. I just think Ajax have made so much money this transfer window and in such a strong position. They do not need to sell Antony. I don't expect United to get Antony. It's also said that Erik ten Hag is being encouraged by the Man United hierarchy to find a role for Martial. Man United chiefs believe Martial can save them a fortune this summer by reviving his career. And this is the thing, I like this, but it's also annoyed me. The fact that, you know, Ten Hag's been told to find a role for Martial because United want to save money is awful. But at the same time, I think that Ten Hag will take a liking to Martial, and I think Ten Hag will be happy to use Martial. But I don't want United going, yeah, well, Martial under Ten Hag, he's going to find problems. We don't need to buy an attacker. We have Martial, Sancho, and Rashford as a front three. And if Rashford and Martial play like they have played for the last 2 seasons, we're absolutely fucked. Okay, I think Ronaldo could stay, but we don't know with that. We still need another attacker, whether it's a Scamacca, whether it's a winger, whether it's someone that's maybe young and not amazing yet. We need another attacker. Look, we've got Palestri, we've got Ahmad coming through, we've got Garnacho coming through, brilliant. But Martial, if Ronaldo leaves, Martial's the only player that can play striker. And I think for me, if Ronaldo leaves, it doesn't have to be Anthony, but a Scamacca, £40 million. I don't see why United is saying, oh, we'll only get Anthony if Ronaldo leaves, when Anthony doesn't really replace Ronaldo because he can't play striker. I mean, for me, it absolutely makes no sense. But Ronaldo looking more likely to stay, considering Chelsea have said no. I think Ronaldo will end up at Bayern Munich, okay? But I think the reason Bayern Munich is saying no to Ronaldo at the moment is because they still have Lewandowski on their hands. I think once we get Jong done, and Barcelona get the money, Barcelona will then get Lewandowski, which will then mean that Bayern will have the finances to make a move for Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what I think. So I generally think that Ronaldo will probably go to Bayern. De Jong will unlock Donny. It'll be interesting to see De Jong, Donny. Do you think we'll see De Jong, Donny, Bruno? I don't think we will, but it'll be interesting to see how they do as well. What about Tielemans instead of De Jong? Tielemans good value for money, but he's nowhere near the level of Frenkie de Jong. CDM and striker should be priority. We are short up front. For me, I agree. I agree with Lee here. I think, look, we've got Malacia done, we've got Eriksen done, and we've got Martinez done now. We need to get De Jong done, and then we need to go for Scamacca, and then we need to go for Dumfries. If I had a choice of getting Anthony or spending the Anthony money on Scamacca and Dumfries, because Anthony will be £70 million and Scamacca and Dumfries would cost us £70 million, I spend that £70 million on Scamacca and Dumfries. Big up Diego, he said, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football for all the best breaking Manchester United news and transfer news. Yes, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe down below. We're on 41,400 subscribers. We're actually on 41,399 subscribers. So I'm only one subscriber away from 41.4k. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because I'm literally on 41,399 subscribers. So only one subscriber away. And it's absolutely free to subscribe, costs nothing. So please do. And of course, guys, smash that like button as well. Let's go for 400 likes. The latest news, if you just joined the live stream and you want to know the latest news, you want to know what's going on, what's happening, Alice, blah, 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 blah. This is it. Obviously, yesterday, Lisandro Martinez agreed personal terms with Manchester United. This is the Lisandro Martinez news. Today, according to Alex Crook of TalkSport, who is a good journalist, is that AJAX have accepted a £46 million bid for Lisandro Martinez. So Martinez personal terms agreed, and now AJAX have accepted the bid, which means basically the deal will happen, and here we go, it's bounced. It was also reported by Mike Burway, a very, very reliable journalist, let me say, that Lisandro Martinez was left out of today's training sessions by AJAX in order not to risk injury ahead of his move to Manchester United. An agreement was already made between the clubs last night, with the final details being sorted out today. So Man United and AJAX came to agreement last night, but they've got to sort the final details out today to get the deal done. That is the situation on Lisandro Martinez to Manchester United as well. And basically, it's a done deal, pretty much. We're waiting for a here we go, but I think that will be very, very soon. I'm very positive on Lisandro Martinez to Man United. It's also come out, guys, that Chelsea will not sign Cristiano Ronaldo. And again, it's come out from Jong Romero that Manchester United have closed an agreement with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong of €70 million plus €17 million in add-ons in variables. And you know what I think is quite interesting? And actually, I'm going to get to this. Now. Let me go to this page. Let me get the tweet up to show you guys. Man United have closed an agreement with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong, €70 million plus 17 million of fixed variables. Now, Jong Romero, top journalist, gets information from Barcelona. Could that, and it's just an interesting thought, could that 17 million euros in fixed variables be his wages? Because the only thing stopping de Jong coming to United isn't, and I'm telling you this now, the reason the de Jong deal hasn't happened isn't because de Jong doesn't want to come to United. De Jong has privately given the green light to Ten Hag that he wants to come to United. The reason the de Jong deal was slow, and the reason there's a delay in de Jong to Man United, is because de Jong is owed 17 million in wages. Could this 17 million in wages, that United are putting in add-ons, So could the 70 million that United put in add-ons be towards De Jong's wages? Could United's add-ons in this Barcelona deal be to pay De Jong's wages? Because that is how much De Jong is owed, and that is how much the variables are. So maybe United are saying to Barcelona, our add-ons have got to pay De Jong's wage that you owe him. Maybe because United know the thing holding up the De Jong deal is the 17 million De Jong is owed in wages. Not because De Jong doesn't want to come. De Jong, once he gets his money, will want to come to United because he's unhappy with how Barcelona treated him. So maybe the 17 million euros in easy variables, as Gerard Romero is talking about, could this be something to do with De Jong's wages? Because once De Jong's wages is paid, here we go. De Jong will come. He will agree personal terms. So this is, for me, United wanted to get De Jong wrapped up by the end of the week. United's plan is to get De Jong wrapped up by Friday. And if we've agreed a fee with Barcelona today and the fee has 17 million euros in fixed variables, if Barcelona use that to cover De Jong's wages, then tomorrow De Jong personal terms could be agreed, and maybe we could potentially get a done deal. Could this be used to pay De Jong's wages? And I think if you're Frenkie de Jong and you see Barcelona spending 65 million on Rafinha and want to get Lewandowski and Bernardo Silva in on top of multiple other top players, you're thinking, well, I want my money in wages. And maybe, 70 million euros fixed fee and 17 million in variables. And look, that's a lot of money. And 70 million euros is a very high fixed fee. But could that be to cover De Jong's wages as well? Cavani replacement. Martial is the Cavani replacement. Like, I'm not even lying. Martial is Man United's Cavani replacement. And we'll only be going for another striker if Ronaldo leaves. And apparently we'll go for Antony if Ronaldo leaves. That isn't a striker as well. So, yeah. A forward is needed. Can't trust any of them at the moment. I think, for me, okay, Malacia is a good signing. Martinez is a good signing. Eriksen's a good signing. De Jong's a good signing. Let's get them those four players done, wrapped, finished up. But after we get De Jong and Martinez in and wrapped up, I think we need a right back. I think we need a striker, and I think we need a DM. But I think because Martinez can play DM, I don't think we need a DM as much as we did. Because I think if there's massive issues, we can play Martinez, and I don't think we have the budget to get a striker, DM, and right back. But I think the plan is once we get De Jong wrapped up, I think it will be to move Dumfries and maybe Antony. But as I said, I don't think we'll get Antony. People saying Suarez to United. I don't want him at United. I don't like Suarez. Look, he's a good player, but he's past his best. He racially abused one of our players. He played for Liverpool. He's an absolute twit. I would rather. I don't want Not Martial. I don't want Suarez playing for United. He's a prick. He's an absolute prick. I wouldn't want Suarez at United. He's a good player, but never want to see him in a United shirt. Amad Diallo on the right. Amad Diallo was pretty rusty in pre-season. Pellistri was the more impressive of the two, but I was quite impressed with Pellistri as well. Malacia did look good in pre-season, didn't he? I think he was better than Luke Shaw. And Malacia had a tougher game. I thought Malacia looked a little bit better than Luke Shaw yesterday as well. Martinez was AJAX player of the season last year. I mean, guys, you've got to remember, Martinez is a very good player. As said, he was AJAX's player of the season last year. There's a reason why you've got to pay this much for Martinez, because he was so good for AJAX. He's one of their most important players. And Ten Hag knows the AJAX squad better than any of us do. Ten Hag knows the AJAX squad in and out. He knows how good the players are. And Ten Hag knows that Lisandro Martinez suits his system. Ten Hag knows if he gets Lisandro Martinez, he gets a player that can do this, and that. Ten Hag wants Lisandro Martinez because he just knows he's going to thrive. And, for me, the most important thing about Man United signing Lisandro Martinez is the fact that he's a player that Ten Hag wants, and we have to get players Ten Hag wants. Get in. I said yesterday with Arnold and Murta back in England to sort out Martinez with the board. Watch De Jong get done now too. I think now Martinez is basically done. I think we'll be focusing all our energy on Frenkie de Jong, and I think Martinez, here we go, is probably today. And I think De Jong, I generally think De Jong could be done in the next week. I'm saying that now. I do. I just think that United don't want to drag this deal out any longer. Laurie Whitwell has confirmed that Chelsea will not make any attempts to sign Ronaldo, and Chelsea are not in for Ronaldo as well. A club in Saudi Arabia is offering Ronaldo £105 million a year. There is a club in Saudi Arabia that want Ronaldo and would offer him £105 million a year. I don't think Ronaldo will go to Saudi Arabia. If Ronaldo wants to leave United because he wants to play in the Champions League and all of that, I think Ronaldo is an ambitious player. The reason he doesn't want to stay at Man United is because they have no ambition. I don't think he'd leave Man United to go to Saudi Arabia just yet. I really don't. Honestly. there's a lack of suitors for Ronaldo, but I still feel like Ronaldo's going to end up at Bayern Munich to replace Lewandowski. I really, really do. I'm going to say that now. And look, I think he will either stay or go to Bayern Munich. And Ronaldo wants Bayern Munich, but if Bayern don't actually want him, then he won't go. I think Bayern are saying they don't want him because they still got Lewandowski on their books. But I think once Lewandowski go, I think that Bayern will go for it. But basically, guys, I'm going to tell you this. Lisandro Martinez is not in training today. Lisandro Martinez is not in training today because, let's be honest, the deal is basically done. We're just waiting for a here we go. So today to wrap up the news. Is Lisandro Martinez to United is basically done. We're just waiting on that here we go. We're just waiting on the officials of that. Frenkie Jong to United, I'm still confident it will happen. I mean, look, as I said, I'll get the tweet up for you guys. That's the wrong one. Let me go here. Let me show you. I think that United faithfuls got his spawn. You know, we wouldn't be spending all this energy on De Jong if he wasn't going to come and all that. De Jong's not interested. He wants to stay at Barcelona. De Jong can't stay at Barcelona. Barcelona are forcing him out. And De Jong doesn't actually want to stay at Barcelona. He's just refusing to leave until he gets paid. That's what it is. He's refusing to leave until he gets paid. That is the situation with Frenkie de Jong, and I'm confident on that as well. Absolutely confident. De Jong owes Rafinha's left leg. Honestly. Can we go for 400 likes, guys? Please do smash that like button if you haven't already. Can we go for 400 likes? We've got 600 people watching. Can we go for 400 likes? And Bob says the only reason we beat Arsenal to Martinez is because Martinez has to compete against Maguire versus competing against White and Gabriel. Martinez has got to compete against Varane. Martinez has got to compete against Lindelof, who's I think has been quite good under 10. Will be quite good under 10 and he's got to compete against White. So I don't think you can really say that as well, to be honest. And then no one wants Suarez. Like, who would want Suarez? As Gaz says, Suarez would eat anyone. I'm quite behind on the live chat. I need to catch up. I'm scrolling down. But as Diego says, keep hitting the likes, guys. Please do subscribe. 50 million for both Lehmann and Tielemans. That would be brilliant business. But when do United do brilliant business? When do United think smart? That's the shame as well. But guys, I am going to wrap up today's video. So please smash that like button. Please subscribe down below if you're new. I'm sorry that I didn't address too many live chats. Just so much news to get into. The Frenkie de Jong deal is agreed. Man United have got to come to an agreement with Barcelona, but we now need to agree personal terms with Frenkie de Jong. So that's the situation on de Jong. Can we agree personal terms with him? And I think once de Jong gets his wages, he will agree personal terms. But I can't tell you when that will be. But I can tell you Martinez will be soon, but I can't tell you when de Jong will be. But I still think de Jong will happen as well. Nobody else getting red flags over de Jong. De Jong is refusing to leave Barcelona because he wants his money. He's not refusing to leave Barcelona because he hates United. That's why I'm not getting red flags. But we'll have to wait and see. But big up everybody for tuning in. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. I'm going to be live 7 p.m. tonight. Back at 7 p.m. tonight with another live stream. So make sure you subscribe with the post notification bell on so you know when I'm live again. But big news to come out today. See you later. Bye.